Good afternoon, everybody. It's Jose coming at you again. It's a beautiful day, surrounded by beautiful people. I'm really excited about this group and all the headway that's been going on with it. And, I have to thank every single one of you because it wouldn't be possible without everybody that's contributing and posting and sharing and liking. So keep up the great work. Keep adding people that you feel will make the group better. Make sure you ask them first, because some people don't like just being added to groups. I already made that mistake, so I'm not going to do that anymore. So today, I'm going to read out of Ayashanti's book, Falling into Grace. Really good book. I'm going to open up to a page, see what comes up. What happens when you let go of your argument with what is? No matter how you're feeling, whether you're feeling good or anxious, happy or sad, conflicted or free, just let it be. Experiment to see what happens when you stop being in conflict with yourself. When you let go of conflict even for a moment, there's a natural stopping. In the moment you're not in conflict with yourself, in the moment you're not willing to no longer be in opposition to anything, you come completely into now, into this moment. What you'll begin to experience is a peace and a stillness, a deep inner quietness. At this moment, you're experiencing a whole different dimension of consciousness, one beyond the ego and its activity. Beautiful. So, today I want to talk to you guys about the ego, the superego, and God consciousness. And these are the steps, in my opinion, of our spiritual awakening. So, most of us start as the ego once we become deluded from our innocent state as a child, of course. We start building up this identity of who we are, what we like, what we don't like, what works for us, what doesn't work for us, and it can become very rigid for a lot of people. And the more they add into this mask, the more they don't want to hear about other people that are against what they believe in. It's almost like it's pointing to the fact that they're living a false life, so they do everything in their power to push away the people that don't agree with them. And I'm sure a lot of you already have experienced the breaking point where you realize something's not right. There's more to life than just building my own identity and acting as if I know all the answers to the world. So that's when, the spiritual journey starts to come into effect, and you start to find things that are working for you to cleanse all those identities. And a lot of people start to feel really good about all the changes in their life. They start to feel like they're getting somewhere. They start to feel like everything is going in the right direction. At the same time, the ego, which is now feeling kind of attacked, kind of knows that its days are numbered, gets more cunning. It starts to use things that we do against us. It'll convince us that certain things are good, when in reality they're just defined as good in order to perpetuate the identity that the ego wants to keep. And it can actually turn into what's called the superego, which is the seeker, the person in us that is seeking enlightenment. And the seeker will start to feel as if it's better than other people, that people don't understand because they're asleep, and that, I need to ignore them or feel bad for them. And this is a really powerful hurdle to get through. I'm still dealing with it. It brings a lot of stuff up because it almost makes us feel entitled and better than, And we have to learn to really humble ourselves and reach a point where we don't look down upon people. Because when we look down upon people, that's when people don't want to listen to us. They actually, hold on a minute. They actually, look at us just like anybody else that's overimposing on them. And all the spiritual teachers didn't overimpose on people. They would walk into a room, they would radiate their presence, and the ones that were attracted to them, they would help. The ones that weren't, they would just say, you know what, that's fine. You don't have to agree with me. But when you're in the superego, that's not the case. It's, more of a, I can't believe they don't agree with me. They're stupid, they're asleep, they don't know what they're missing, and those are symptoms of the superego. Now, when you finally start to break free from that, you'll start to catch glimpses of what a lot of people call God consciousness, Christ consciousness, Buddha nature. And this is when things really start to get interesting, because as you're realizing that you're nothing and that you really have no say in your life, all the things that you intuitively feel will make your life better will start to come to you. Now, there's a difference between intuitively feel and psychologically want. So God already knows what we need and what we want in our life, and we seem to think that he doesn't, which is why we feel the need to control and label and identify and judge. But as soon as we start dropping all that and start to reside in God consciousness, God will open up the world to us. He'll part the seas. He'll do everything in his power to show us that he's next to us and that he's going to help us in whatever way he can. So it is very amazing to feel that sense of being home, because that's pretty much what it feels like. You feel like you're at home at all times of your life. Even when you're in hard experiences to be dealt with, you feel a sense of peace. And because of the peace, you deal with the situations a lot more fluidly, and you learn a lot more from them, because you don't divide yourself and say, I don't want to deal with that right now. So God consciousness is the go-to for all of us to fully embody our true selves. I hope that helped. Thank you again for watching. Until next time. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste.